Atra istirni ono Thelduin, Shirkdagel. My name is Will of the Lore, and welcome to the world of Eragon. To celebrate the release of Christopher Paolini's book, we'll explore the poignant tale of its namesake, Murtagh, and his life so far. Murtagh's story begins with his parents, Selena and Morzan. The couple met in Carvajal, an isolated village nestled in Palancar Valley, while Morzan was traveling on the king's business. To gain her favor, Morzan treated Selena with such tender kindness. Selena became immediately smitten, and when Morzan left Carvajal, she joined him. The pair traveled for a time, during which Selena fell deeply in love with Morzan. Morzan twisted her devotion to his benefit, for her affection made her a faithful servant who would never betray him. Once back in Urubain, Morzan appointed Selena his Black Hand. He sent her on dangerous missions to spy and pass messages, and taught her magic, which she would use to conceal herself, steal information, and even kill Morzan's enemies. This would go on for 3 years, until Selena became pregnant with Murtagh. Morzan knew that the pregnancy would put Selena, their child, and most importantly himself, in danger, so he spirited Selena away to his castle. Morzan then placed powerful wards on the castle to prevent anyone, except for a few chosen servants, from entering. After 9 months, Murtagh was born in his father's castle. Morzan forced Selena to surrender her son to a wet nurse, so she could return to her duties. Often away on missions, she was only allowed to visit Murtagh for a few months at a time. From that point on, Murtagh received a terrible upbringing in his father's custody. At the age of 3, Morzan seriously maimed Murtagh, throwing his sword Zarok at his son in one of his drunken rages. Murtagh was left with a thick scar across his back, an eternal reminder of his father's cruelty. Murtagh's abusive treatment would have continued like this until he reached adulthood. However, when Brahm orchestrated the theft of Saphira's egg, Galbatorix summoned Morzan away to retrieve it. When Morzan departed, Selena did also, for she was pregnant with her second son, and Murtagh's half-brother Eragon. When Brahm finally confronted Morzan in Gilead, Brahm killed him and his dragon. By the time the news of Morzan's death reached his castle, Selena had reappeared, but deathly ill. Morzan's healers tried to save her, but regrettably, she died within a fortnight. With his parents deceased, Galbatorix brought Murtagh to his palace in Urubain and arranged his upbringing. A skilled swordsman by the name of Tornak was appointed as Murtagh's servant. This mentor became the first true father figure Murtagh had known, teaching him much about swordplay and honor. Such was his love for Tornak that Murtagh would name his horse after him. Murtagh saw very little of Galbatorix until he turned 18, when Galbatorix invited him to a private dinner. For Murtagh, the experience was uncomfortable. Galbatorix didn't talk at all during the meal. It was only after they had finished eating that he began to speak. He told Murtagh of his visions for the future. Murtagh recalled, "His words were entrancing, like a snake whispering gilded lies into my ears." Galbatorix waxed poetic about a flourishing empire, of prosperous cities, and ensuring safety by driving the Urgals to extinction. But most importantly, he talked about the return of the riders to govern Alagaesia. Murtagh couldn't help but be enchanted by Galbatorix's words. When Galbatorix was finished speaking, he asked Murtagh, "Will you, O son of my friend, serve me as I labor to bring about this paradise?" Despite knowing the history behind Galbatorix and his father's rise to power, the dream Galbatorix painted for the future was too compelling to ignore. So Murtagh swore his allegiance to Galbatorix. Pleased with Murtagh's decision, the king gave him his blessing and dismissed him from his quarters. Several months passed before Murtagh was again summoned before Galbatorix. However, Galbatorix's demeanor was completely different from their last meeting. News of attacks by the Varden had reached Urubane, enraging Galbatorix beyond reason. Storming at Murtagh, he ordered him to take an army of soldiers to attack Kantos, a city where Varden operatives were known to hide occasionally. When Murtagh asked about the people who lived there and how to determine which were guilty, Galbatorix roared,
"They're all traitors. Burn them at the stake and bury their ashes with dung."
With that outburst, it became abundantly clear to Murtagh that Galbatorix would not be able to implement the visions he described.
It made me realize he didn't possess the mercy or foresight to gain the people's loyalty, and he ruled only through brute force guided by his own passions.
From that moment, Murtagh became determined to escape Galbatorix and Urubane for good. As soon as Murtagh took his leave of the king, he and Tornak plotted their escape that night. Unfortunately, they encountered difficulty. Anticipating their flight, Galbatorix had placed soldiers outside the gates. Trapped with no alternative, the pair were forced to fight. Murtagh was able to escape the city. However, Tornak, the first man to ever treat him like a son, lost his life. From then on, Murtagh hid. He found shelter in the estate of an old friend he made in Galbatorix's court. There he plotted his revenge. Listening to every rumor, he tried to discern Galbatorix's intentions. He heard whispers of a new rider that the Rozak had been sent to track. Recalling the king's plans to renew the rider order, he decided that he had to find the dragon before Galbatorix did. Finally set in his resolve, Murtagh set out on his mission. In the next video, we'll rejoin Murtagh's story as he crosses paths with Alagaesia's first new rider and dragon in over 100 years, Eragon and Saphira. If everyone enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and comment down below. I'm always around to answer any questions. To see more lore content from the world of Eragon, click on the subscribe button to promote the channel. As always, I'd like to thank the following individuals who contributed to this video. Firstly, my fellow co-writer and editor, Hello, my name is 99. Thank you for your great advice and infinite wisdom. Secondly, the artists that provided their artwork for this video. If I mispronounce your name, I do apologize ahead of time. Jake Schmidt, Valorie, Shewhobreathesfire, Lily Ebrithil, Dull58, Christopher Paolini, Eliza Lento, Matt Gazer, Amber Jobbit, Nathan Humphrey, Greg Semkow, Tim Lukas, Milena Vasyukova, Danny Kundzinsh, TheCosmicDreamer, CartoArt, Benjamin Giletti, Khanh Phi Nguyen, Mirielsart, Seifer-Sama, Neylica, Olly Lawson, Bunnyhuggingflower, FuriarossaAndMimma, Yoojin Rhee, Asinoeiv, MRM215, and Eirik Hreinn. To browse more artwork, click on the links in the description of this video. Thirdly, I'd like to thank the fine people of MCAlagaesia for letting me use their clips for this project. To see the full video, click on the link in the description below. Finally, Malte Wegmann for his breathtaking music. To support Malte, make sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel at Malte Wegmann. And if you haven't already, make sure to buy Murtagh and Eragon, the illustrated edition. That concludes our video for today. I'll see you next time as we continue to explore the world of Eragon. Say on our Sweater Dar Sitya Havas. May your sword stay sharp.